What's going on, button pushers? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the KNF variable ND filter with built-in circular polarizing filter. That is a lot in one filter and a lot in one sentence, but let's talk about it. So if you don't already know what an ND filter is, it's a filter that allows you to adjust how much light is going into your camera. And this is going to allow you to keep the shutter speed and the aperture that you really want for your look. This helps out, but sometimes you might get some really weird reflections in windows of cars, windows of houses, or just, glare off of something that might be white or something. So that's where the circular polarizing filter comes in. Let's talk about the build of this first. So it's built out of a really nice metal. You can feel it's kind of stiff to a point, but it feels good. Like, I feel like if I were to drop this filter, it would not break. It would not shatter the glass immediately unless something kind of punctured it and landed directly on it. That's something that you really want out of a filter. Like, jumping into the flaws first, I actually think that it's really hard to turn the filter itself, the ND portion of it, because you have to really grab onto this ND part, this front element, rather than the CP filter in the back. Because if you're turning the CP filter, you're not changing the ND at all, it's just turning the CP filter. So you really have to grab this main piece of the filter here so that you're able to turn the two hard stops, the two marks, to be able to change the ND. But this is also a problem because they have the ND stops on both sides, the two silver pieces that you see here. And what happens is when I turn it on one side, it may bump into my finger. So you have to be really specific of where you grab it. Now, I really do like the idea of being able to change it from both sides, but at the same time, it's not that big of a deal to the point where I would need to have it on both sides, because this does introduce the problem of it bumping into my finger when I turn one side, and it might prevent me from actually being able to do a full turn in one go, which is something that I know a lot of people would really want, because that's kind of the ease of use kind of thing. Aside from that, the ND does turn super smooth. The CP filter turns really smooth. The gears are really nice. It is firm, so I'm confident that while I'm shooting, it won't slide and change on its own. So that is really good. While using it, I didn't really notice any, X patterns or color shift or anything. The color and the retention out of this is really good. It doesn't change anything for your look, and it does what it's intended to do: darken the image and nothing more. The CP filter works great. It prevents reflections. It does, again, what it's supposed to do. So would I recommend this product? Definitely. It is a really great product. I still think that one flaw of the ND filter not being able to turn as confidently with one hand is kind of an issue, and it's a really big issue. But for those who just kind of need something to get by and they're not in a rush, I wouldn't bring this on a super high professional shoot. And of course, they would probably be using a matte box and some 4x5s. But if for some reason I was using a screw-on filter for a professional shoot, I wouldn't bring this, because I feel like I would really need to make sure that I can switch and change in a fast manner to be able to adapt to different settings. Because I know a lot of times when I'm going from outdoors to indoors, it's really nice to have a filter that can change almost instantly with one hand. This one's kind of tough to turn, and that is something that I really noticed as I've been using it for the past couple weeks. It's just not something that I would really recommend for people who really need a fast change. But for those who are kind of more chill, doesn't matter, one setting, it is something that is really good. It does the job. It doesn't have any X pattern like a lot of those filters out there that I have used. And if you don't know what an X pattern is, or color shift, when you put the filter on, the ND will cause it to have like this big black X across your entire image, where it's super dark with that X, and then the outside it's like kind of brighter. It's kind of a weird thing with ND filters, and it's just because it's a variable ND filter, and it's really tough to make that glass work. So it is really important to make sure that when you are buying ND filters, you look out for that X pattern, or else you're just gonna be screwed. And I've had it on a few of my filters and a few of my shoots. Really annoying. Wouldn't recommend. And then color shift is exactly what it sounds like. The colors shift, so some ND filters might make your image look more green or more cool or you know, whatever else. So making sure that it doesn't really play too much with the colors of your image is also very important. Anyways, that's going to be all for today's video, guys. If you guys are interested in looking or purchasing this product, make sure to check out the description below for some affiliate links as well as some links from the company itself. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay awesome, have an amazing day, and I'll see you then. Peace.